So, how do you start loving yourself? You start loving yourself from within. I have a technique that I used, and I'm going to teach that to you today. And all you need Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee, as you already know, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. In my last video, I talked about handling rejection, and I also touched on the topic of loving yourself. And I asked that if people wanted me to talk about it, that they should let me know in the comment section. A few people did, so that's why I want to talk about it today. First of all, I want to let you know that whatever it is that I tell you today is what worked for me. People have different ways of dealing with things, but this is how I dealt with it, and it worked for me and also worked for so many other people that I taught as well. When I first learned how to love myself, I was in a very dark place, and I knew that I had to come out of it because I loved life and I wanted to live life to the fullest, but I just didn't know how. I felt like I was in a prison because I kept doing the same thing over and over again, and I was expecting a different result. When it finally happened, I looked back at myself and I started laughing because I didn't realize that I was doing so much for the world and nothing for myself. And that is what loving yourself is. Concentrating on only you and knowing that you are number one. You are one of a kind. You are one in a million. You are amazing. You can achieve anything that you want. Anything at all. You are magnificent. You are incredible. I mean it, you are. But you can only find this out when you start loving yourself and you start putting yourself first. So, what is self-love? Self-love is acceptance. It means accepting yourself as you are and accepting the parts of yourself that you know that you cannot change, and also concentrating on the things that you can change. That's simply what self-love is. There are things that we cannot change about ourselves, and you have to accept it no matter how terrible it is. You have to conquer that fear. You have to face those demons. Not until you're able to do that would you be able to finally love yourself as a human being. So what are the signs that you don't love yourself? You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be in your own head. You surround yourself with toxic people, people that don't appreciate you. You put other people on a pedestal. You think about others before yourself. And I'm not talking about charity. I mean that you go out of your way to do things for others, even when it's detrimental to you. You are overly competitive. You're constantly comparing yourself to others. You expect bad things to happen to you. These are signs that you don't love yourself. So, how do you start loving yourself? You start loving yourself from within. I have a technique that I used, and I'm going to teach that to you today. And all you need is a small compact mirror or a mirror like this one. I hope you're ready, because the journey of self-love is a very painful one, but it's actually really rewarding if you get it right. If you're able to push through and allow yourself to go through the pain, you will finally come out a better person and finally meet the most important person in the whole world. And who is that? That is you. So are you ready? The first thing that you must do is set an intention. I want to love myself. That is an intention. The second thing that you must do is be kind to yourself. Those voices that you keep listening to, telling you that you're not good enough or that you would never amount to anything, tell them to shut up. Shut them up. Be very kind to yourself. Another way that you can be kind to yourself is also having self-care days. Any day that you concentrate on yourself, whether it's washing your hair or doing a manicure at home or maybe washing clothes, you never know. Anything that makes you happy, or going to buy yourself ice cream, even if it's this fun yoga, anything at all. Self-care is very important. Another thing that you should do is do charity. Helping people is very therapeutic. Seeing the smiles on their faces actually helps you love yourself even more. Maintain boundaries. Have a standard. There is nothing wrong with having a standard. When you have a standard, people respect you. They might hate you, but they will respect you. Care for yourself as much as you care for others. And lastly, fake it till you make it. Being able to look or have a semblance of something that you're trying to achieve in the future is a massive drug. And I assure you, if you do that, it will continuously project everything that you want. It's time to get onto the technique that I told you about. All you need is a mirror like this or this. It's going to look funny at first, but I assure you, if you take this seriously, it could possibly work. The fact that it worked for me and worked for so many of my friends, I'm hoping that it does the same for you. This technique is called auto-suggestion. It's the act of suggesting to your brain what needs to change. But what helps it change is the action that follows it. So before we start this, I want you to please pick up a pen and a paper. List the things that you like on the left-hand side and list the things that you don't like on the right-hand side. If you can memorize it, no problem. If you can't memorize it, leave it aside. First, I must tell you that when I did this technique, I did it with a full mirror, one that helped me see my head to my toe. But my friend used just a small compact mirror. And when I did my research as well, I found out that so many other people use small compact mirrors as well. So this could actually work for you, just in case if you don't have a long mirror. So the first thing that you do is look into the mirror. First of all, make sure you clean it, just so that you can see yourself clearly. That's clean, clean. Then you look in the mirror, look straight in the mirror. Look at your left eye, your right eye. Keep concentrating on them. Keep looking at yourself. You need to look deep into yourself. Now, this might be emotional for some. It was emotional for me. And to be honest, the first time I tried it, I cried because it felt like I was looking deep into my own soul. And for some reason, even though you look at a mirror every single day, you don't actually look deep into yourself. So that is why this technique works. You look into your eyes one by one and you talk to yourself. You can either say it out loud or you speak to it in your head. For example, I said it out loud. I started by looking at myself. I looked at the mirror and I asked myself questions. I said, Renee, why do you hate yourself so much? Renee, why are you such a pushover? Renee, why do you allow people walk all over you? Renee, why are you scared of going after things that you want? Renee, why are you scared of going after people that you want? Renee, why are you scared of being honest with yourself? What you're doing while you're looking at the mirror is actually having a conversation with yourself. Those things that you're trying to avoid telling yourself or trying to accept, you have to accept them as you're looking at the mirror. It could be anything at all that you say to yourself in your head. Anything at all that stops you from going after your goals. Anything that tells you that you need to keep doubting yourself. When you're done having that conversation with yourself, then you tell yourself, Renee, I love you. Renee, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You bring value to people's lives. You are so kind. You are so sweet. You are so impatient. But when you're patient to a fault. You need to have these conversations with yourself. Now that I've taught you the technique, one thing that is mostly important after doing this, And I mean doing this every day or as many times as you can. Even if it's 20 times a day or once a week or once a month, try to do it as many times as possible, because what happens is every single time when you have that conversation with yourself, you keep tricking your brain that you love yourself and that you are amazing and that you're all those things that you say that you are. And do you know what happens? When someone tries to do anything to you, or someone tries to love you less, or maybe when someone tries to give you less than you deserve, your brain comes into action and starts telling you, wait, what are you doing? Remember, you told me that you loved yourself yesterday. What are you doing here? That's what happens. It's amazing, this brain that we have. When you talk to it and you command it and tell it what you want, that's exactly what's going to happen. So the important thing to do after this technique is the action. The first thing that you need to do is think about yourself. Only you. You are important. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. That is number one. And what that means is that you need to stop caring what people think about you. People would think what they want. Self-awareness is number one. You must be aware of yourself. Know who you are. Accept who you are, the good and the bad. You should only be concerned about yourself, your own happiness. It sounds selfish, and I'm not asking you not to compromise, but don't let it be detrimental to you. That is what I'm asking of you. So action is number one. You. Start thinking about you. Only concern yourself with what matters to you. Don't listen to hearsay. Oh, before you do something, think, oh, what would this person say, or what would that person say? No, you need to live your life for yourself. Stop allowing toxic people into your life. Start saying no. You say no, 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 no. Okay, so yeah, start saying no. Then stop trying to impress people. Just do you. Just be yourself. Do what you need to do for you to make you happy. Okay? And people will fall in line. Okay? Yeah. So stop trying to impress people. This one I love the most. Stop defending yourself to everybody. There are people that you should defend yourself to, like people that are very important to you. Even family members, there's some family members that you don't need to defend yourself to. Just let them think whatever they want to think. Another thing that you should stop doing is start having self-care days. I said it before, self-care is very important. Have a standard. Having a standard is the most amazing thing that you can do for yourself, so please make sure you have one. Your action is what is most important. So please make sure that you follow up with action. I hope that this video helped you, and I really hope that you start loving yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you loved this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Mwah.